This week on the season finale of The Real Housewives of Orange County.
You, my friend, blasted me for 4 freaking days in a row for a trip that I was so excited for and had only good and fun intentions. So I'm out. I'm done. When I say I'm done this time, I mean it. And that's creating.
Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about The Real Housewives of Orange County, season 18, episode 17, the season finale. Let's go right into this. So they're all back from the cash trip. Shannon ended up leaving early because that last lunch was just too much. And we begin this finale with Emily, Gina, Jen, and Shannon they're going to do the axe throwing. I don't know why, but every time I see this activity, I think the worst case scenario. I hope that there's never been accidents. If y'all have ever gone, let me know your experience. So Jen came in with some good news. Right after the London trip, Jen and Ryan went to the Bahamas and he proposed. So she is now engaged. I'm so happy for her. She had this ring that looked very nice, very expensive, and the girls were all happy for her too. Of course, there was little bits of shades in the confessionals, but Jen is super happy. So they start throwing the axes. Jen is going to have an engagement party. Now, Tamra asked her to go out to have lunch, because Tamra is claiming that she has evidence to prove that Shannon is this evil mastermind trying to come in between their friendship. Jen will invite Tamra to the party, but she doesn't think that she's ready to have like a one-on-one lunch with Tamra. Like, she doesn't really want to give her the time for that. So speaking of Tamra, Alexis goes over to her house. They talk about Jen's engagement, the ring. Alexis is actually the one throwing Jen the party along with Katie. And the theme is going to be they have to dress as horrible bridesmaid dresses. So Tamra says that now all of the problems that she has with the group are Shannon's fault. According to Tamra, Shannon wants to destroy all her friendships. As if Tamra needs any help doing that. But of course, Alexis believes this BS and she eggs her on to bring her so-called receipts up. Moving along, we see Jen talking to her son, the one that was being bad for a while, like staying up late and all that. He told her that he wants to join the Marines. Heather also talks to her son about what he's going to do now that he's graduating high school. And we see Tamra and her daughter. Her daughter does music and she wants to get into that. And Katie's daughter, Kylie, got her name legally changed, her last name, to Katie's husband's last name. So those were some nice, lighthearted scenes of the ladies and their children. So Travis is over at Gina's house. Looks like he's been helping do some repairs and stuff like that. So Gina says to him that she doesn't want to be separated, but there's that one person who makes things very hard. And she's referencing Travis's ex-wife. The way she describes her, it sounds like his ex-wife is like a psycho. And I totally understand how that can be a big problem. And Gina cries because she feels guilty that they are separated because she's the one who called for the separation to happen. He's not happy with that decision at all. And then she suggests that they do couples therapy. At first, I didn't understand Gina's decision to separate at all, but now I do, and I see why it's necessary. My only question would be, does she actually see a possibility realistically to get back together with him? Because it also wouldn't be fair for her to just, string him along while she decides if she will or not. So then it's the day for Jen's party. I can't stand Alexis, but she and Katie really did do a good job during the party. The place was very nicely decorated. I love that Vicki, the OG from the OC, was there. Another OG named Joe de la Rosa was also there. So eventually they all get there. When Heather gets there, the queen of snubs gets offended that Katie and her husband snubbed her. I don't know why, but I'm starting to think, well, actually, I've thought it for a while. Heather is the one that seems to be way more obsessed with Katie, not the other way around that she thinks it is. So Vicki gets there. Tamra is surprised that Vicki didn't say hi. I'm like, why are you surprised? But anyway, eventually Jen arrives. She is so happy. Ryan is there. Her father is there. I will say Jen and Ryan are better than me because I would not have invited Tamra to my engagement party. No, absolutely not. Tamra's telling Gina that she is not going to drink because she doesn't want to explode. But I love the way that Gina subtly, from time to time, puts Tamra in her place. You guys, please tell me I was not the only one who saw this. Heather Dubrow kissed her husband in the lips, and then she kissed Eddie, Tamra's husband, in the lips. What the actual F? Also, remember I told y'all that one of the OGs named Joe De La Rosa was there? Well, small world, she actually worked for Ryan. And Ryan's business partner is there too. Looks a little shady. Okay, so Emily, Katie, and Heather get into the drama. So Emily tells Katie, listen, your daughter babysat for my kids. Kylie, she did an amazing job babysitting. But after she left, the boys came to me and said, Mom, is Heather mean? Kylie said that Heather is mean. Katie says, oh, well, Kylie told me something kind of different. She told me that the boys actually told her that Heather was mean. Emily says, well, my kids don't even know who Heather is. They're 9. I was just like, okay, I'm sorry, but when we were all 9, we knew who people were. So I don't know why her saying they're 9, what was that supposed to say? But anyway, they actually showed Kylie in her confessional saying that she had no reason to make that up. They kind of bonded over that. So anyway, Katie says to Emily, well, if Kylie lied, I need to ask her to clarify. And y'all had to catch this. When Katie says that I'll ask Kylie if she lied, Emily quickly switches up, though. Like, she pivots real quick. She's like, it's not about that. I'm not saying that Kylie lied. My issue is that you told Tamra. And Katie says, well, Kylie told her, but it was like a mother-daughter moment. Like, we were just giggling about it. It wasn't malicious. And that's where Miss Fancy Pants says, you're giggling about me being mean? And Katie says, yeah, with a smile on her face. And Heather says, I'm done with you. I'm done with all your lies. And Katie just laughs. She's like, okay. And she's like, yeah, laugh about it. And Katie says, yeah, I laugh when people are ridiculous because you're always putting your nails in my face, trying to shut me up, and I'm done with it. Heather says, because you're boring and you lie. And Katie says, no, you lied. You swore on your kids and you lied. So Heather is getting riled up, but Katie is totally unfazed, and that was driving Heather even crazier. Emily says that her point is just that the implication sort of made her look like a bad parent or a bad friend. And Katie says, yeah, I understand that. I'm sorry about that. I really am. Looks like clearly Emily just wants to like wipe her hands so that Heather won't be mad at her. Like, okay, that's fine. But I'm so glad that Katie didn't let Heather intimidate her any longer. Listen, we got a newbie putting a Heather in her place at Salt Lake City, and we got a newbie putting another Heather in her place in the OC. Okay, so eventually Tamra goes up to Jen. Now, this was like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde situation because Tamra is now coming with a caring, nice, soft tone, trying to talk to Jen, saying that Shannon brought this up to get in between them and she's so sorry. And Jen says, okay, well, independently about that, like, you have talked so much about Ryan, that has nothing to do with Shannon. And Tamara says, well, I'm not here to fight you. And Jen says, well, if you want to leave, then leave. Period. Then they take a group picture, and when the group is all together, they try to get Tamara and Shannon to talk, but Shannon says, I'm working on myself. I had to leave a trip that I planned that was supposed to be something nice because you made it hell. She's talking to Tamara. And then Shannon goes away because she is not going to have one more single fight with Tamara. But then, you guys, I had like the biggest WTF moment. Shannon goes up to Katie's husband. They start to argue. I was so confused. Like, I am still confused. Why was Todd, that's his name, he was starting to get a little sassy, and Shannon was getting snappy and saying that was so inappropriate. The whole thing was weird because, like I said, she went up to him and she was like, oh, I'm a changed person. When I leave, I leave. And then he said, oh, so are you going to walk away? Guys, I need to go rewatch that again because that made no sense to me at all. What was that about? But anyway, after a little while, guess who shows up? John Jensen. Emily goes to tell Shannon, and Shannon says, she didn't take my man, she took my problem. But John didn't actually go to the party, he was just there to pick up Alexis. And then they start to show the finale cards. They did it a little differently though, they made it look like Instagram posts. And that was a wrap on the season of OC. Or so we thought. The cameras picked back up 3 weeks later because Ryan was getting accused of gambling and having a scheme of getting money in casinos in Vegas. They show a scene of Ryan and Jen talking about it, and she's upset. She's crying that all of this is going to fall on her now. And Ryan says, "No, it's not. Listen, everything is in the Lord's plan and everything is working for us." Then they had this little unnecessary, stupid scene of Tamra, Emily, Heather, and Alexis. And it was basically them talking about the situation. Tamra is gloating because she thinks that this is sort of like a "I told you so" moment. But I think that it's really, anyone laughing at anyone's disgraces is beyond evil. So shame on all four of these women. Last thing we see, Jen goes over to Katie's house where Gina is at also, and Gina tells her that she thinks that she's in an unhealthy relationship. And Jen's like, "But why? Like, I was married to a man who wouldn't care less about me. With Ryan, I can talk to him about everything. We talk about everything. He tells me everything about him." And Gina and Katie say that they're just concerned about her and her well being. And she's just crying because she feels like her entire life is a failure. But thankfully, we got a legal note that Ryan was not charged. His business partner was, though, when he pleaded guilty. But Ryan is good, and the wedding is set for 2025. And that's a wrap on season 18 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. The finale was good. It wasn't as dramatic as I probably expect the finale to be, but given how dramatic the entire season has been, I think we they were going towards a more soft finale. But wow, a lot of stuff happened here. Listen, at the end of the day, like I said, I'm happy Katie stood up for herself. Now, I will say, and I might be wrong about this, but I believe that in that last legal note that I just mentioned that said Ryan is like all good, I think it said he got immunity. So it's making me wonder if he maybe did some snitching and that's how they gave him a deal to like not get jail. I don't know. That's just me speculating completely. But it's all good. He has no charges, so it looks like Kim and Jen are going to have their happily ever after. I hope so. She deserves it. She might be a little dumb, a little naive, but I do think she has a kind, pure heart, and I hope that she will be happy. And I'm glad that she's not giving Tamra the time of day no more because she forgave her one time and clearly it backfired. So she's setting up those boundaries. I'm glad for her. And yeah, you guys, this has been an amazing season, but we still have a reunion to go. So I can't wait for us to watch that. But y'all let me know what your thoughts were about this finale. Anything that you want to tell me, please tell me. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.